Hello, everyone. In 1997, Keanu Reeves just became Hollywood's hottest action star. Speed dominated box offices worldwide with $350 million. Then 20th Century Fox offered him $12 million for Speed 2: Cruise Control. Guaranteed money, guaranteed fame, career security wrapped in a studio contract. He read the script and he walked away. What happened next destroyed careers before his. Fox didn't just move on, they erased him, blacklisted, damned, persona non grata for over a decade. From 1997 to 2008, one of Hollywood's most powerful empires refused to touch Keanu Reeves. In an industry built on studio relationships, where one wrong move ends everything, he chose the devil's advocate over $12 million. He chose integrity over empire. He risked total destruction, and somehow, against every Hollywood rule, he survived. 2 years later, Warner Brothers handed him The Matrix. The gamble paid off. But here's what most people don't understand. It could have easily gone the other way. Hollywood doesn't forgive. Hollywood doesn't forget. And Keanu Reeves made a decision that should have ended his career, except it didn't. Because sometimes courage looks like career suicide until it doesn't. But let's go back further. Back to 1994 when Speed was filming and something else was racing besides that bus. Two hearts. Keanu and Sandra Bullock had crushes on each other. Neither knew. Both stayed silent. Both remained professional. Years later, separately, on the Ellen DeGeneres show, they would both confess. Sandra said it was hard to be serious during takes. She'd look at Keanu and giggle. Keanu admitted he didn't know she had a crush on him either. "We were working," he said simply, as if that explained everything. And maybe it does. In an industry where co-stars blur every line, where chemistry often becomes tabloid fodder and messy breakups, Keanu Reeves chose respect. He chose professionalism. He chose friendship over fleeting romance. And decades later, they're still friends. In 2025, they're reuniting for a romantic thriller at Amazon MGM Studios. Perhaps friendship is the rarer treasure. Perhaps restraint in Hollywood is the ultimate rebellion. Then came 1999. The Matrix changed everything. It earned over $1.5 billion across 3 films. Keanu became one of the wealthiest actors in the world. And here's where the myths began. You've probably heard the story. Keanu gave away 70% of his salary to charity. It went viral. It made him a saint, and it was completely false. Newsweek debunked it in 2022. His publicist confirmed the story was fabricated. But here's what actually happened, and it's far more interesting. Keanu didn't write checks to charity from his salary. He did something smarter, something that reveals not just generosity, but strategic thinking. For the Matrix sequels, he restructured his contract. He negotiated his back-end profit-sharing points to go directly to the special effects and costume design teams, not as a bonus after the fact, not as a gift, as part of the deal from the beginning. As the films earned over $1.2 billion, dozens of crew members received life-changing bonuses built into the structure. Approximately $75 million was redirected through this profit-sharing arrangement. He didn't donate, he recognized. They made the movie, he said. Then he bought each of the 12 stunt doubles custom Harley-Davidson motorcycles, around $180,000 total. This wasn't charity. This was a man who understands that value isn't just created by the faces on the poster. It's created by the people whose names scroll too fast to read at the end. Keanu Reeves made sure they were paid, not out of kindness, though that was there, out of respect, out of recognition that art is collaboration, and collaboration deserves compensation. Fast forward to the present. Keanu is 60 years old, walking red carpets with Alexandra Grant, and the coverage always frames it the same way. Man finds love late in life. Man finds peace after tragedy. But that's not the story. Not really. Because Alexandra Grant wasn't someone he met in his 50s and fell for. She was his creative collaborator first, for 8 years before they ever went public as a couple. 2009, A dinner party. Two artists meet, Alexandra Grant and Keanu Reeves. No cameras, no headlines, just conversation. 2 years later, Alexandra illustrates Ode to Happiness, Keanu's first book. British Vogue reveals it began as a private gift she created for him. 2016 brings Shadows, their second collaboration. 2017, they co-found X Artists Books, a publishing company built on shared vision. For 8 years, they create together, respect each other's work, build intellectual foundations. Only in 2019 do they walk a red carpet as a couple. This wasn't Hollywood romance. This was two minds recognizing equals first, lovers second. Creation became Keanu's processing mechanism. 2021's BZRKR, co-created with Matt Kint through Boom Studios, tells of an immortal warrior cursed to violence, desperately seeking peace. The Kickstarter raised $1.4 million, highest funded comic ever. Issue 1 sold 615,000 copies, top selling since Star Wars in 2015. Netflix greenlit film and anime adaptations. 2024 brought The Book of Elsewhere with China Miéville, an immortal unable to escape his past. After River Phoenix, Ava, Jennifer Syme, Kim's decade-long leukemia battle, Keanu understands endless grief. BZRKR isn't entertainment, it's catharsis. Sometimes grief makes you create. And then there's Arch Motorcycle. The script could say, Keanu co-founded a motorcycle company. True, but incomplete. Here's what actually happened. In 2006, Keanu brought his bike to Gard Hollinger for customization. They became friends. Years later, Keanu proposed they start a company together. Gard refused. Too risky, too much work, too uncertain. Keanu kept asking. Gard kept refusing. Then Keanu said something that changed everything, something that crystallizes his entire philosophy, his entire approach to life after loss. He said, because we're going to die someday. After losing Reaver, after losing Ava, after losing Jennifer, after nearly losing Kim, Keanu Reeves understands what most people spend their entire lives avoiding. Time is the only thing you can't earn back. Mortality isn't a distant concept, it's a certainty he's witnessed over and over. So when Gard Hollinger said it was too risky to start Arch Motorcycle, Keanu didn't argue with the risk, he argued with the time. We're all temporary. What we make together is everything. 14 years later, Arch Motorcycle produces custom American performance cruisers that cost upwards of $78,000 each. Keanu Reeves at 60 proves integrity costs everything and nothing simultaneously. Decade-long blacklists, shared wealth, grief transformed into art. So what are we building while we're here? If this moved you, like, share, and subscribe. Let's honor those who choose creation over empire. Thanks for watching.